Get ready. 5 seconds. It is regrettable that we so often hear it said that young people get themselves into situations of trouble and difficulty simply because they do not know how to spend their time usefully and happily. This is a very poor state of things when we consider for a moment how many useful and pleasurable things there are for us today. There are many happy ways of passing the time, both at home and out of doors. There are things we can do to help ourselves, and equally important, or even more important, there are many things we can do to help others. When I was growing up, there was no TV, but we had a radio set, and of course, we have records. There were the old kind of record now known as 78, and one side of a record played for about 2.5 minutes. My mother liked all of the family to be at home on Sunday evenings. She did not like us to go out, but we were free to ask to the house any of our friends. The number of young people who sat down at table for the evening meal was sometimes 20 and was always more than 12. So we were a large and happy party. It became our custom when the meal was at an end to continue to sit round the table for an hour or two while records were played. The machine was not of the electric save you trouble kind that we now use, but had a motor that required attention at the end of each side of a record, and of course, it played only one record at a time. This meant that one of our members had to take on the responsibility of keeping the machine going and putting on the records. My father used to bring home a new record most weekends so that we had a good many. People used to call out for a record they desired to hear, and no one seemed to want to talk while the record was playing, as is done so often now. Therefore, we were able to hear the records in place, and we got to know every detail of them. We all loved this hour or two of record playing very much, and I know that it lives in the memories of all those who were present on those evenings. We had very good time at very little cost, and no one had the smallest desire to go out and make life difficult for some other person. On the Saturday evenings, we generally had a party also, but they were much more free and easy and were certainly not planned with the idea of having a peaceful time. We always asked the people next door to come to the parties so that they would not be upset by the sounds that without doubt come from our house. What a good time we used to have! And it was a good time in which the whole family and any of their friends who wished to play a part. I expect my mother had to work hard on Fridays, but we all did something to help, and there is no doubt that everyone seemed to like those weekends. It was surely a pleasing experience.